Watch right to the end for your healing activation. Capricorn, hello and welcome to Sybella Spirit. Today we are doing a past, present, future reading so you can really connect and suss out if this is the reading for you. We are asking for clear, concise messages for the sign of Capricorn. What do they need to know right now? All right, let's get some cards on the table. Past, present, future for Capricorn, please, Spirit. Past, present, let's get a card for the present. Present for Capricorn. And near future for Capricorn, please. We just had the Three of Swords come out. Here in the center of the board, we have the Knight of Cups in reverse, and then we have the Page of Pentacles in reverse as well. So I'm wondering if the collective we're reading for is going through a bit of a challenging time right now. So you'll know if that resonates for you. The Knight of Cups in reverse can even talk about heartbreak, which we did just have the Three of Swords flip over as I was shuffling, and so that also talks about heartbreak. The Page of Pentacles can indicate, of course, someone in your life, or it can indicate you. So it could be a sign that there was perhaps some form of lack of progress, or maybe some sort of like unhealthy lifestyle. Someone was living in an unhealthy lifestyle where they may have been a little bit of, what's the word I'm looking for? Like, I guess deceptive maybe. And then in the future position, we have the Eight of Wands. So rapid change is coming in. It could indicate travel. We'll see if there's any other travel cards coming out. Okay, so Capricorn, you may have we had the World come out. That is another travel card, so maybe some of you had disappointments around travel. But the World can also be the completion of a cycle or the completion of a lesson. Woo. So in your current position, we had the Four of Swords come out in the reverse. That can be a feeling of really exhaustion is the energy we're picking up with that card there. Perhaps anxiety. So maybe something came to an end for you. Perhaps it was a relationship. And let's get one more card for the future, please, Spirit. What does Capricorn need to know? Okay, so we have the King of Swords. This could be you. This could be somebody else. This could be an air sign. So Libra, Aquarius, Gemini. This could be someone coming into your life or someone who is helping you with something, or this, like I said, could be you. Gender need not apply. It can be someone who has mental clarity, who fights for honesty and justice. And so that's a good card to have come out, especially after a hard time. Maybe you've learned recently, you know, a bit of a lesson about who you're willing to have in your life. We have the Two of Wands on the bottom of the deck, so that's another travel card. Maybe that will resonate for some of you. Maybe some of you are traveling or planning to travel, or maybe you were planning to travel and plans fell through. Maybe there will be someone you meet on this trip in the future. Or for some of you, you've gone on a trip with a loved one or friend, and that's where this sort of realization happened. All right, can we get some clarity on the Page of Pentacles in reverse, please? Clear, concise messages for Capricorn's highest good. Page of Pentacles in reverse, Spirit, what do they need to know? Clear, concise messages for their highest good. Why you gotta throw the cards on the ground, you know? Okay, Ten of Swords. So in this deck, it's called Ten of Thought. A situation that's been troubling you has come to an end, and you can breathe a sigh of relief. Now we have the Eight of Swords coming out. So this situation was causing you to be up in your head. It definitely was causing you a lot of the feeling of maybe isolation, the feeling of, just, I feel like you knew something wasn't right. Maybe you were hanging on to something for a little bit too long, kind of perhaps thinking that things might change, whereas the person you were involved with only wanted a short-term relationship, or clearly they weren't in a position to be in a relationship with somebody. So I'm kind of picking up like a relationship type vibe, and relationships don't have to be intimate only. They can be with a sibling, friend, parent, family member of some sort. With the challenging times behind you, you can now move on. It's important to fully let go at this juncture. Someone in your life may now finally be free of his or her addictions or codependency issues. So that could, with the Page of Pentacles in reverse, that could totally be someone in your life that did have some addiction challenges, or maybe they did have some attachment challenges. And so definitely I've experienced things like that. In fact, recently I have had it kind of come up again about like the whole codependency issue. And so I've had to take a good hard look at some of the choices that I've made in my life. And the first thing I do, you guys might think I'm crazy, but the first thing I always do when I'm like curious about something is I'll Google it. And so I was researching about codependency, attachment styles, and I'm actually in school right now to become a child and youth care counselor. And in our last term, we were learning about attachment styles and like secure attachment versus anxious, or I'm blanking right now. I don't want to focus too much on that, but don't be afraid to go ahead and Google any challenges that you're having. And then also, depending on where you live, there are a lot of great mental health services available, and those can be at a sliding scale. Here in Alberta, we have Access Mental Health, which is free. You just have to do an intake over the phone, and then they will hook you up with somebody. They'll book an appointment for you. Okay, I wasn't even talking to the cards here yet. I'm going to put that one back. It was the messenger of action. So we'll keep that in mind. But let's get some clarity on the Knight of Cups in reverse. What does Capricorn need to know about this Knight of Cups in reverse? Knight of Cups in reverse for Capricorn, please. The Seven of Swords. All right. We've got a lot of swords on the deck here. So we have the Seven of Swords, the Eight of Swords, the Ten of Swords, the King of Swords, Four of Swords. So definitely if you're going through some sort of heartbreak or challenging time, it's going to be normal to be up in your head. It might be really important for you to reach out and talk to somebody, like a trusted friend or family member who you can vent to, or a professional, like I said. Perhaps even doing some meditations if you want. On our page, our first videos that we posted were videos about the lower chakras, so the root, sacral, and solar plexus. So we walk you through what each of those chakras govern and how they would affect the mental, physical, spiritual aspects of your life. And then we have some meditation videos to go along with those. So for each of the lower chakras, there are 2 videos, an explanation video and then a meditation video. I would highly recommend checking those out. They're just a bit of a tool to help you look into the lower chakras. And the reason I like starting there, and I really only have those videos posted, is because as human beings, most of our challenges happen within our family units. So our belief systems are formed in our root chakra. And then, so that's ages like 0 to 7. And then up from there, right? Like 7 plus, we learn how to build relationships with others based on how we have interacted with our family. So maybe there's something there that you need to understand, because a bit of the energy that I'm feeling here is like, I saw like puzzle pieces trying to fit together. And these puzzle pieces didn't fit together because they were from different puzzles. And sometimes what happens is, if, say this person that you were trying to have a relationship with, again, didn't have to be intimate, it could be a friendship or whatever, but maybe you both have unhealed aspects of yourself that need to be addressed. And that's why things just, no matter how much you tried, things weren't working, and they weren't gonna work. However, when we have an ending in our lives, we can look at it not just as an ending, but an opportunity for a new beginning. And it's you know, if we're willing to look at like, why did this hurt so bad, and say to ourselves, what is this teaching me? Often Spirit is trying to guide us within ourselves so that we can see the remnants of these unhealed wounds, whether from childhood or our teen years or adulthood. We can have wounding at any age, but it's our willingness to look at this wounding and decide what we're going to do with this wounding, and are we going to let it affect our lives? So of course a healing is indicated anytime there's an ending like this, like the energy I'm picking up. Okay, so the Seven of Swords is often the feeling of betrayal. It could be someone totally ghosted you, and of course that makes you feel really insecure. Mom, I'm gonna go see Pop. Okay, so the Seven of Swords is, like I was saying, a feeling of betrayal. You've been confused about a situation in your life, and now suddenly everything is completely clear to you. Whether the truth was revealed by your angels, disclosed by a friend, or discovered on your own, it feels great to be awake and aware. Feel free to ask for time alone if that's what you need. So I like how it says on this card, it feels great to be awake and aware. It really doesn't feel great. It does not feel great to find out someone's been deceiving you, but I like the attitude on this card because it's like, yay, now I know you're a piece of shit. Like, now we can move on. Yeah, I don't know. That just made me laugh. And then the Eight of Thoughts says, you may feel as though you're restricted by the circumstances you find yourself in, but that's just an illusion. Make a promise to yourself to refuse to be stuck in a situation that's making you unhappy. Don't wait for someone to come to the rescue when you can free yourself. So, you know what, maybe that was a little harsh, like saying piece of shit or whatever. We're all human, and like when we make choices out of an unhealed state, we're gonna make mistakes, and that's natural, right? So maybe there's definitely times I've been disloyal and dishonest to people, and maybe they thought I was a piece of shit. Maybe I was a piece of shit, you know? But the fact is that once we step onto the healing path, we gotta kind of be honest with ourselves and be like, you know what? I didn't enjoy hurting that person. I didn't enjoy being hurt, whatever it is. It's time to look within and figure out, why did I hurt that person, or why did I allow that person to hurt me? So it's often a matter of building up your own confidence and self-love, building up the ability to create boundaries, and those are all things that you can explore and you can improve upon. It takes practice. So it's not to say this is going to be your last heartbreak or last, you know, hurtful situation. It's going to take practice. And I'm almost 37 and I'm still practicing the ability to have boundaries and to communicate properly, and it's something that I continue to work on because I really care about the people in my life and I really care about myself. So let's get some clarity on the Four of Swords in reverse. Four of Swords in reverse, please, for Capricorn. The Five of Swords. My goodness, I think we have every negative sword card on the board. So again, this is like reiterating that this was definitely some sort of abusive relationship. Possibly you're dealing with someone who just oversteps your boundaries. A thief of joy, I just heard. So whatever that means to you, let's get some cards out here for the near future. Okay. All right. I was going to say, did we have the World come out? Because now we have the Judgment card coming, and so Judgment's right before the World. This is a wake-up call. You're getting clarity. You've gotten clarity on a situation clearly. So Judgment is sort of Spirit aligning you with, it could be your life purpose. Maybe this made you realize, like, I really need to take inventory on my life and the people I'm allowing to come into my life, the patterns that I'm allowing to repeat in my life. And now could be the time. You know, it just took this massive swords energy for you to be like, okay, I'm not doing this again. Like, why do I always end up here with these people? That sort of an energy. Bottom of the deck, we have the Emperor. So in this deck, it says organization. It's really the energy of, like I said, taking inventory of your life and deciding, like, where do we go from here? What am I going to do differently this time so that I get different results? Because, like they say, the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over and expecting different results. So if we're going to do the same things, or we're not going to address these maybe inner child wounds or these wounds that we have, then we're going to get the same results, and it doesn't feel good. So it's time we make a change. So the Emperor here says, your plans are on target and everything will flow more smoothly if you add a little organization and discipline to your methods. The key to success is to allow your creativity to be gently guided by logic. Be open to asking for help from someone very intellectual, or seek out a mentor. So definitely, to me, that's saying, like, seek out the authority of someone, a professional in the mental health area, because, or like a life coach, because sometimes they give us an outsider's perspective on something we can't see. And I've had a lot of people say, like, therapy doesn't work, or blah, blah, blah. Like, I've dealt with a lot of spiritual clients where I always suggest it's mind, body, spirit. So to have balance within a physical human being, which we are, we need to address each of those areas. So for the mind, we need to be meditating, we need to be reciting positive things to ourselves, we need to be mindful of the types of shows we're watching, we need to be mindful of the amount of time we're spending on electronics, and we also need to have trusted professional people that we interact with that can give us an outsider's perspective. Because number one in our healing journey is to be honest with ourselves, and lots of times we're happy living the way we've been living. And so it's hard to get honest with yourself if you're in denial. So sometimes a therapist can help you with that. And that means you have to be honest with the therapist. So you can't go in there being like, yeah, everything's fine. I'm not sure why this person was like this. And, oh, my childhood was fine. Everything's fine. Then it's not going to work. So I've been going to therapy since I was 14. It's not weekly or anything. Sometimes it's once a month. Sometimes it's every 6 months. Sometimes it's twice a month. It just depends on where I'm at. But I'm now almost 37, and I will continue to go to therapy just to check in, just to vent, whatever it is. So I can attest to the fact that if you work it, it works for sure. And then for the body, so we need to ingest relatively healthy foods, right? Moderation is key. I love food, so I'm not the type of person that only eats clean. I definitely eat crappy food too, but I also exercise. I got sober. I've tried to make healthier choices for my body, and everything in moderation. So if you do partake in alcohol and stuff like that, maybe it's only once a month, that kind of a thing. And then for the spirit, same thing. You're going to want to meditate, say some protection prayers, try to balance your energy with the earth. And I do have tips for that, like I said in those videos. So it's mind, body, spirit. We really got to kind of address each of the aspects of self, because if one's out of balance, then the rest seems to go out of balance too. I didn't address the messenger of emotion, so that could definitely be like a night coming in. It's the beginning of a new emotional experience that could grow into something deeper. You may receive a message expressing feelings that you didn't even know were developing. A social invitation could be on its way to you. There's a person involved who's very gentle and loving with only the kindest of intentions. It could be you, especially if you're artistic, shy, or sensitive. So what I'm going to say with this is, if there is a new love type situation coming in, I actually want to get clarity on that. I would really pause, and I would make sure that we're addressing whatever these 7s, 5, 8, 10 of swords is all about, because it seems like you're going through a really hard time mentally. And so we want to make sure we address that before we get into a new relationship, because we don't want to carry and bring our old wounding into a new relationship. Okay, so what fell on the floor here was the 5 of Cups, King of Pentacles, and the Emperor in reverse. So definitely some insecurity coming out. There is this Emperor in reverse, to me, is often an indicator of like some sort of controlling relationship, whether it was you or them. And then the 5 of Pentacles is the feeling of being left out in the cold. So we will want to address those feelings before we attempt getting into a new relationship. We can definitely lean on the support of friends and loved ones. And becoming more social is really great, because then we learn more about how we interact in relationships, and it can show us what we do or don't want in relationships. Because Dealing with friends and social situations is a great way to practice boundaries and having relationships. And then the King of Pentacles comes out. So we have 2 kings on the board. This could be like an earth sign energy. So definitely could be you, or it could be someone new coming into your life that seems to have it all together. Someone who is secure. Kind of has all their crap together. And so if that's a new energy coming in towards you, I feel like you'll want to be ready, and you'll want to move really slowly if you're considering welcoming in a new relationship. Like, this person could have really hurt you, and maybe you're able to get over it and you realize really quickly, like, this is what I want, this is what I don't want. And you might have the ability to just make a really quick change about, I won't accept this anymore. So maybe you haven't experienced this before, and this was a one-off kind of situation, but it was a bit of a preparation, we'll say, from Spirit for you to welcome in something new, because we do have the Lovers and the Queen of Cups. So maybe you are ready for love, and Spirit just wanted to give you a little wake-up call to prepare you and say, listen, we need you to be really confident, really open that heart space, and have strong boundaries at the same time, because you don't ever want to feel this again, and you deserve better. We had the Queen of Pentacles as well. Definitely could be a divine partnership coming in for you. Again, take it slow. There's no rush, right? Love is something that you want to have a firm and solid foundation. Okay, so let's get one healing process card for Capricorn, bringing forth the exact message that Capricorn needs right now to heal from this situation and to be welcoming in these wonderful blessings that are coming in. Because for some of you, I do feel something new is coming in quite quickly, and Spirit wants you to be totally prepared and grounded with the realization of what you will or won't accept in a possibly future relationship, again, whether intimate, friendship. So let's get a healing activation for Capricorn, please, Spirit. Starting next week, Earth signs will be on Thursdays. I got really busy yesterday, and so I wasn't firm on a schedule for the readings, but now that I've thought about it, I do want to have Earth signs on Thursdays. So that means for future, I am going to move my schedule around to ensure that I can get you guys done on Thursdays in the morning. So you can watch for that next week. Oh, I struggle so much with these cards. They're so beautiful, but the pronunciation is very challenging. Anapausis. Number 4. Do not give up, but allow your heart to disengage from your struggles. Give yourself much needed rest. You are in a place of recovery. If you have been off your path, you are going to come back strong. You will regain your sparkle of passion, inspiration, and devotion. A certain order of events needs to take place for your soul path to come to fruition. Commit yourself to your sacred journey, trusting that the right thing will happen at the right time. The Latin word anapausis refers to the cessation of work so one can regain strength, renew vitality, and heighten creative productivity. So yeah, we had a lot of travel cards. Maybe you're considering a vacation or a staycation, whichever it may be. Maybe even just taking the weekend to completely relax if you don't typically relax. Maybe just attending social events, that sort of a thing, so that your mind can have some time to just remember what it feels like to be free and happy. It is a rest for success. The Oracle of Anapausis advises physical, emotional, and psychological rest to reset yourself. That might mean switching off without fear or guilt. It is likely to mean giving up worries and the constant replay of anxiety-ridden speculations. Find some spaciousness and pleasure within and around yourself so you may experience healing and renewal. If you have been considering working with a healer, this is confirmation to pursue such a path. Yes, I agree. The Oracle also recommends finding spiritual rest even if you are still working hard. Spiritual rest happens when we take sanctuary in the sacred. We give up trying to become something or other and instead tend fully to the task at hand, completely engaged in the moment. When we do so, we are trusting that the universe knows what it is doing and that we are part of a greater unfolding plan. In modern culture, we can aspire to become someone visible, someone influential, someone powerful, someone important. Yet no matter how much worldly or even spiritual power a person may appear to have, the idea that one person is more important than another belongs to the realm of ego. Spirit loves and respects all beings equally. What our world needs are more people who are spiritually connected to their hearts. As you become such a being, others will seek you out. You don't need to set yourself up as being anything at all. You can enjoy the relief of giving up any obsession with appearances or external validation. Instead, dive deep into the nourishing inner realm of your soul with trust in all that is and all that shall be. Free from distracting and disempowering pursuits, you may connect, rest, and restore yourself with a real sense of your spiritual beauty, value, and presence. In the space of restful immersion, you realize you are enough. Anapausis brings special guidance for those who have been going through deeply challenging struggles of mind, body, and soul. Perhaps you feel exhausted, confused, and afraid. Even if you are still going strong in the outer world, you have a need for spiritual convalescence. You are encouraged to allow yourself adequate rest and to engage in activities geared toward healing. This oracle recognizes there is something you have been working hard to bring into being. With a little more trust in your spiritual connection, you'll find the way easier and more joyful. You don't need to push yourself so hard. Spirit can sustain you through your devotion and commitment so that every effort you make is more than matched by the inflow of spiritual grace. Don't allow your mind or the deranged ways of this world to create weariness and yet another drama. Take rest in the spiritual light of love. Rest from fear, rest from anxiety, rest from needing to work it all out right now. Even on your most confusing or most productive days, you can find renewal in spirit. It is always available to you, even right now. Healing process. Imagine, feel, or intend that you are being bathed in radiant white light. It gently but effectively removes tentacles of attachment that your ego has generated. It allows you to effortlessly release false viewpoints or misguided interpretations of events. It gently cleanses and aligns your visions and desires so they are in harmony with your heart and the universe. This brings you back to your true self. You can relax and allow this realignment to happen naturally in the spiritual light. As you surrender the restlessness of ego, you can settle into the inner loving ground of your beautiful heart. There is much more for you to receive. You need not chase after anything or anyone, nor is there a need to fret or worry. Now is the time to rest in a place of love and trust. Rest for as long as you need, then ground yourself with a deep breath in and out. You have completed your healing process. Capricorn, that was such a beautiful message. I'm sending you so much love for whatever it is you're going through right now, and I believe in you, and I believe that you can choose yourself, and you can choose to step onto the path of inner expansion and tapping into the heart space because you really deserve to manifest this beautiful love coming in towards you.